Got a few million lying around? Here are the world's most expensive cars. Number 9. Most expensive sports car. 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO. Let's just go ahead and start this countdown with the most expensive car, period. One of these vintage babies sold for $52 million. This particular car was sold by a collector named Paul Pappalardo to an anonymous buyer in 2013. $52 million might seem a bit excessive, but according to digitaltrends.com, these classic Ferraris usually sell in the $40 to $50 million ballpark. To be honest, the guy that bought it may just make 10 or 20 million off this car once he's had his fun with it. This car was the winner of the 1963 Tour de France road race. Think it was juiced a la Lance Armstrong style? Like many of the cars on the list, the 250 GTOs are a rare breed. Only 39 were ever made, and they were basically a souped-up version of Ferrari's 250 series, one of their most popular. Each one of these 39 works of art were hand-built, and many of them competed in high-profile road races, such as the race we talked about earlier. They were designed to be racing marvels, allegedly built to compete with other GT models of the time, such as the Jaguar E-Type and the Aston Martin DP214. The car continues to be a favorite among automobile enthusiasts. Popular Mechanics named the 250 GTO the hottest car of all time. Number 8. Most expensive SUV, the Dartz Prombron. The Dartz Prombron is the world's most expensive SUV, featuring armor plating, bulletproof windows, and exotic leather interiors. The starting price for one of these bad boys aimed at the ultra-rich is at least $1.1 million US. Leonard Yankovic, the car's Latvian designer, points out that rich people are very particular, and many of them want to be the only person to own a certain car. It's like two ladies who hate to come to the same party wearing the same dress, he once said. So instead of just making luxury vehicles, he strives for opulence, which he describes as commemorating the past by designing cars fit for a Russian czar. A stickler for details, he often outfits his cars with gold and titanium buttons in the car, as opposed to the plastic buttons most cars are stuck with. He even once tried to design a car's interior with leather made from a whale penis. That one never panned out. Anyways, the Latvian-based company specializes in armored cars and built this SUV to stay ahead of the competition, as companies such as Bentley and Lamborghini have been designing their own super SUVs. Known as the Black Shark, this thing has been featured in movies such as The Dictator and The November Man. That definitely seems fitting because a car that features sniper-proof windows, cigar humidors, and a champagne set is something that seems like it should only exist in a James Bond-like movie. Number 7. Most expensive limo, the Beast. Yeah, you had no clue there are superior expensive limos, did you? Check out the Beast. It's not just royalty who ride around in style. The 2009 Cadillac designed a customized limo to chauffeur around the President of the United States. This limo also carries a $3 million price tag. For that price, you can imagine how well equipped it is. It's outfitted like a tank, but dressed up a bit. It comes complete with bulletproof windows, armor-plated doors, weapons, bus-like tires, and more. The Beast is ready for anything the world can hurl at the president. The inside is completely sealed off to protect the president and other occupants from almost anything, including something like a chemical attack. The Beast was introduced to the world on January 20th, 2009 during the inauguration of the 44th U.S. President Barack Obama. But he's hardly the first president to get a sweet set of wheels, and chances are he will by no means be the last. Dating back to the 27th president, William Howard Taft, every sitting president has had a state car, and the security details have only grown more sophisticated since then. Number 6. Most expensive four-door sedan, Maybach 62's Landaulet. As far as four-door sedans go, $2.2 million is pretty steep. And that's what rapper Tigga paid for his 2014 Maybach Landaulet. The car could only have been just over $1 million, but he spent an extra million or so souping it up. Sadly for Tigga, he stopped making payments on the car and had it repossessed in 2016. Even without celebrities customizing them, this Maybach is still pretty badass. Its twin-turbo V12 engine gives it 543 horsepower, and it can accelerate from 0 to 60 in just under 5 seconds. That may not cut it on the racetrack, but for a passenger car this big, it's pretty damn good. The body of the car is an homage to the Landaulet style of car that was popular in the 20s and 30s. The insides have seat massagers, a DVD system, touchscreen navigation, air conditioning with 4-zone climate controls, heated cup holders, a rear-view camera, wireless headphones, and more. Even the rear seats fully recline. I mean, there's no point in calling shotgun when every seat in the car is like a first-class trip. There's a surround sound speaker system and 2 LCD TV screens, so those wireless headphones I mentioned will come in handy. As was the case with Tigga, Maybach allows for these cars to be customized, in case a $1.3 million car doesn't quite meet your standards. A panoramic glass sunroof or a PA system so the occupants can talk to people outside are optional features that some people might wish to include. Number 5. Most expensive electric car. Mercedes-Benz SLS E-Cell. As the electronic version of Mercedes' flagship SLS supercar, this bad boy costs around $1 million. Now, at first glance, you'd never know it's an electric car. It's often touted as the premier electronic supercar and has a modern aesthetic that would be the envy of many sports car enthusiasts. Going 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds, this beauty also has 649 pounds of torque and 526 horsepower. While it may look like a traditional gas-guzzling, ozone-damaging sports car, it comes with an 864-cell lithium-ion battery pack and a series of inboard electric motors. Number 4. Most expensive convertible. Ferrari 335S. From 1957 until 58, Ferrari made 4 of these incredible cars, which is quite sad because it's such a cool car. In 2016, one of them sold at an auction for an amazing $32 million. This car was driven by some of the racing greats of the era, such as Mike Hawthorne, Sterling Moss, and Peter Collins. It competed in races such as the 1958 Cuban Grand Prix, which it won, the Le Mans 24-hour in 58, and the 1957 Sebring 12 Hours. Its impressive racing resume and the rarity of the car are 2 of the reasons this car is insanely expensive. Despite the car's small size, it sports a V12 engine that produces 390 horsepower, allowing the 335S to reach speeds of 186 miles per hour. However, the person who shelled out the $32 million actually wouldn't even be able to drive it on public roads. This is strictly a racing car, and it would be illegal to take it out for a stroll. So, it's basically a collector's item that is the envy of race car enthusiasts. But I'm sure when you're rich as heck, you're not going to care about the fines you get when driving this to pick up your mink coats at the dry cleaners. So you're probably asking yourself, who would spend $32 million in a car they can't drive? While the buyer was anonymous at first, it was later reported that it was soccer superstar Lionel Messi. Ironically, he outbid fellow soccer player Cristiano Ronaldo to win this prized possession. Leading up to this highly anticipated auction, the car was part of the private collection of French racer Pierre Bardino. He owned the car from 1970 until his death in 2012. His family sold the car for the breathtaking $32 million. Number 3. Most expensive motorhome. The Featherlite Vantare Platinum Plus. What? Motorhomes made this list? When you take something that's nicer than many people's actual house, stick it on 4 wheels, and take it to the road, it's going to take some dough to make it happen. In this case, we're talking about $2.5 million. So what makes it so expensive? Well, these things have really nice features, such as marble steps, custom sculptures, plasma TVs, and king-size beds inside the private bedrooms. I mean, can you really call this camping? It even features a slide-out garage in case you feel like bringing an extra car on vacation with you. Perhaps, unsurprisingly, the motorhome is a gas guzzler. Holding up to 235 gallons of fuel, it costs roughly $1,000 to fill up. Number 2. Most expensive truck. Ford F-750 World Cruiser. Based on the lyrics of country music songs, there are people out there who really love their pickup trucks. But it still might raise a few eyebrows if I were to tell you that there's a pickup truck out there that costs $6 million. Well, guess what? There is a special pickup truck out there worth $6 million. It's a Ford F-750 that was designed by Dunkel Industries, a company that specializes in large vehicles. Named the World Cruiser, this magnificent beast is tricked out with 4 tons of cargo capacity, a full kitchen, 6 beds, a bathroom, a living room, and a dining area. You usually have to eat your food on your lap when you're eating in the car. This thing has a separate dining area. Other absurdly nice features include wireless remote controls for the vehicle's automation, instant hot water, an entertainment system with flip-up speakers, dual auxiliary fuel tanks, and much more. This behemoth is powered by a Cummins diesel engine that produces an amazing 1,200 pounds of torque. The idea of the design was to make a luxury vehicle that could also haul stuff around during long trips. Number 1. Most expensive tractor trailer, Kenworth T2000 Darth Vader. Did you know that there's a tractor trailer which is nicknamed Darth Vader that costs an astounding $7 million? Me neither. I had no clue. This thing weighs an unbelievable 90,000 pounds and measures 75 feet long. It's the biggest truck on the road today. The particular trailer is pulled by a Kenworth T2000 and is used for live television events, as it can fit up to 30 technicians as well as a crap ton of TV equipment. It's got a 12-liter engine that is controlled by computers. Anytime they encounter a problem with it, they simply plug a computer into it and run some diagnostics and figure out what's going on. Given its freakishly big size, you'll need a special permit to drive it, since it's bigger than anything else on the road. Needless to say, this truck demands the attention of other drivers, as it looks like nothing we've ever seen before. Here's what's next.